Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises, fear, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the elders, apostles, and the beloved brothers doing this work sincerely in highways and byways. Shalom to the elect of Israel, the 144,000 men, and the believers, men, women, and children that take heed and believe that the dead in Yahushai shall rise first. And as you probably seen on the thumbnail, uh, the wickedness of 2/3 of our people in the sellouts, you see, where they serve the devil, and they're willing to do anything for mammon, for the glory in this wicked kingdom. And this is actually going into a couple of precepts that I have, but see, they don't love the Lord. They love this world. They love the wickedness, and that's why they love to serve the devil. So, but the Lord is gonna bring them true judgment and put them in the lake of fire. You see, to to really suffer and know what it is to fear the Lord. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. And I'll share the part of the music video that I'm speaking of. But this is Deuteronomy 30:19, because Esau uses Jake to really promote wickedness, which goes into witchcraft through the media and music. Deuteronomy 30 verse 19 reads, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. See, but 2/3 of our people, they continue to choose death. They don't consider this word. They don't consider what the Lord is telling us. John 8 and 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You see, so not only Esau, Edom, you see, the so-called right race, when really no one's white, no one's black, but we're the true white people, the Israelites, meaning pure. You see, but not only the Edomites are the of the father of the devil, also 2/3 of our people, because they went ahead and decided to serve the ways of Esau. You see, and they only care about themselves. You see, that's why they are considered 2/3 of Israel. Which are going to be part of the nuclear fire, which is the second death. But let me share the video of this demon, Jake, Lil Nas. I'm just gonna share part of it with no audio, just so it won't get flagged. But take a look at this. This will show you how wicked our people is, and this is what our people look up to. You see, they look up to the fame and just the boasting of this place. Let's see. So I'll keep it muted. This is partially a part of that video. You see this here? Lil Nas twerking on the devil himself. You see? Look how disgusting and fucking wicked this is. It doesn't get more wicked than this. You see, in the beginning of it, you see also the serpent. You know, and it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. This is how they. This is how Jake serves. This is a form of them serving the devil. You know, promoting this. This is pure wickedness, man. This is fornication. You know, that's enough of that. Let me bring up that image again. Let's see. I'll bring us a couple more precepts because we're going against these demons, you know. Let's see. All right, this is Zephaniah 1 and 8. Let's see, Zephaniah 1 and 8, because Jake has a strange covering. You see, they're being covered by the lusts and the ways of the devil by serving him. Zechariah 1 and 8 reads, I saw by night, and behold, a man riding upon a red horse, and he stood among. Is this it? Slaki, hold on. Zechariah. Oh, Slakia. Zephaniah 1 and 8. Zephaniah 1 and 8 reads, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princess and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. As the same day, also I will punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. You see that? That's what they're doing. If they're working for Esau Edom, you know, and they're basically house niggas. You see, and they're going to be receiving judgment with their master, which is Esau. You see, you can't serve two masters. Let me bring this other precept here in the same chapter, Zephaniah 9 and 12. Actually, same. Yeah, Zephaniah 1, verse 9. Actually, verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and an howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Howl, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchants' people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off. Verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lease, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. Verse 13, therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. Right? So there are the riches that they get in this place, which is for a moment, you see, because nothing in this place is forever. You know, it's going to become a snare unto them. Verse 14, the great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. See, the Lord is a jealous power. You see, and we, you know, being Israel, the so-called Latinos, so-called Negroes, so-called natives and Haitians, we actually are the true Israelites. You see, and the Lord refers us as His wife. We are the Lord's woman. You see, and we have to understand that by you going off and basically sleeping with the devil, meaning following the devil's ways and worshiping the devil, you're actually committing fornication. You see, and the Lord is gonna put you to death. This is I want to bring this one out. Zephaniah 2:1, 2 and 3. Gather yourselves together, yet gather together, O nation not desired. Right, the Israelites. We're not desired in this place. You see, they always look down on us, and that's why they always use our people to entertain themselves. um, Verse 2, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the shaft, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, O ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be it may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. Right. So we're doing this work, right, to be hid from the Lord's anger, because we fear the Lord. You know, we believe in the Lord, we trust the Lord, and we know that the Lord is gonna do these horrible things on this place. But we have to understand that if we continue this fight, right, we will keep our crown and we'll be hid from the pure fire, which is the nuclear fires, that nuclear missiles are coming through and destroying this place. So the elects are being gathered together, and being hid, because we are those precious stones. We are the Lord's treasure. Let me bring out Ephesians 6:12. See, the Lord's not gonna leave his men out here. He's not gonna leave his treasure to be spoiled. Because the Lord knows that we're going actually through a lot right now, and through faith, we're showing our works. And standing strong in this truth. You know, even if we're going through distress and we're going through affliction, the Lord actually sees the works in the affliction. You see, we're being purified in the affliction. Ephesians 6:12. So the Lord does everything for a reason, man. That's you have to put your trust in the Lord. Know that He's actually going to do and keep His promise. Ephesians 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Romans 14:8. Reads, "For whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live therefore or die, we are of the Lord's. We belong to the Lord." You see that? So no matter what we have, no matter what happens to us, the Lord is always gonna bring us up. You see that? Because we belong to Him, and that's why we have to act like it. You know what I'm saying? Our bodies doesn't belong to us. Our lives doesn't belong to us. You know, we're part of the temple of Yahweh Hashem Shai. That's why we always have to inspect ourselves and cleanse ourselves. You know. Let me see. Psalms 24 and 23 and 4 reads, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." So the Lord is comforting us with His word. You see, we're not alone. You know, we're not without hope. You know, we have the hope of Yahweh Bashim Shai. We have Him on our side. You see, so all we have to do is just prove our faith and strengthening our belief. How? By doing this works, by actually standing up and not being afraid. Philippians 1 and 23. Let's see. It says, "For I am in a strait between two. I have having a desire to depart and to be with Yahushua, which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you." So see, these people in the world, right? They have their reward. You see, especially these sellouts. You see, and because the reward is based on their flesh. It's based on the carnal eyes and the carnal things. You see, the things of this world. You see, but they don't have nothing in the spiritual. You know, they only have death, and that's what's coming to them. So our reward is everlasting life. See, and that's what we're working for, and that's what we're patiently waiting for and fighting for. This is Proverbs 16 and 3. Reads, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established." You see, we're committing our works to the Lord. That's why everything we think is of the Lord. Everything we think is righteousness. You know, we don't think about how get rich schemes. We don't think about how to scam. We don't think about um, winning the lottery. You see, we think about the Lord's will. You know, what the Lord actually wants us to do. That's what we think about. You know, and that those thoughts are not even our own. The Lord gives us those thoughts to keep pushing and keep fighting. You see, when you see something, like when I saw this video, you know, first thing I thought is make a video and about that topic, you know, rebuking that spirit and fighting against those uh evil, wicked spirits and demons. You see, and calling out to the Lord, you know, making everything known, revealing the wickedness of His place. And that's the way how the Lord actually tells you what to do. He puts these things in your mind. See, this is let me see, 2 Peter 2 and 9. It reads, "The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of the temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished." You see that? The Lord actually is reserving these wicked elites and 2/3 of our people, for that dark day, that judgment, that fire, the second death. You see, and the Lord actually at the same time is preparing the elects and sealing them up and quickening their knowledge and understanding, right, to receive palms, power, victory. You see that? And to rule in righteousness. 2 Corinthians 5:10 reads, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushai, that everyone that receive the things done in his body according to that he hath done, whether it be good or bad. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciousness or consciousness." Yeah. So the point, right, is verse 10. You can't escape the judgment of the Lord. The Lord is going to judge you according to your deeds, according to what you have done. A couple more precepts. First Peter. Yeah, this is a good precept right here. 1 Peter 4:17. 1 Peter 4:17 reads, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Basim Shai." You see, so judgment has already started, and it's starting here in the house of Yahweh Basim Shai. The believers, the elects, the soldiers. You see, and that's what we're actually cleansing ourselves. You see that? That's why when you're in this truth, you gotta pray for the Lord to keep you in this truth and strengthen you. Because if you fall off, you receive 7 more demons. You become worse than where you were before this truth. You see, because that's judgment. The Lord is not to be played with. You see, so let me read it again. 1 Peter 4:17. "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh Basim Shai, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Basim Shai?" You see, so the the Lord sometimes chastens us, and we're in the truth, and we're standing for this truth, you see, and we're walking in this path, you see, but the Lord still chastens Salaki. He corrects us, he he actually corrects us because he wants us to be better. We might be going off without even knowing on something. The Lord actually lets us know. But how worse it is going to be for those people, 2/3 in these elites and these wicked nations. It's going to be way worse. You see that? The Lord is going to completely destroy them, have them gnashing, and crying out, and they're gonna try to find death, and they're not gonna find it because they're gonna be living in sufferings. You see, they're actually going to be burnt up, man. They're gonna be left without knowing what to do. So it's a scary thing, man. You see, the Lord is not to be taken lightly. Verse 19, "Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh Shemashai commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing, as unto a faithful creator." Revelation 21:8 Revelation 21 in verse 8. I start at 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers, and adulterers, and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. See, that's what's coming for these demons. See here. Let me see. Jude 1:7. Slovakia. Jude 1 and verse 7 reads, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in a like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example of suffering and vengeance of eternal fire. See that? So the Lord has these wicked, prepared to as an example for the Lord's vengeance of eternal fire. The Lord is actually going to pour out his wrath on these wicked men, wicked 2/3 that are fornicating. You see, because again, the Lord is a jealous power. Verse 8, likewise also these filthy dreamers defile the flesh, despise dominion, and speak evil of dignities. Yeah, the point is verse 7, man. Let me see. Romans 12 and verse 1. I got 4 more precepts. Romans 12 verse 1. Reads, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh Shemashai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto power, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Hamashiach. So we're being cleansed through his knowledge and understanding. We're being purified, and the Lord actually is establishing us, sealing the elect, making us perfect. You see, and clean. Let's see what else I have here. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 3. Should be closing up soon. 1 Thessalonians 4 and 3 reads, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which Yahweh Shemashai had created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. Verse 4, for every creature of Yahweh Shemashai is good, and nothing to be refused, if it be received. Salaki, this is 1 Timothy. Salaki. I want 1 Thessalonians 4 and 3. Okay, Salakia. For 1 Thessalonians 4 and 3. For this is the will of Hamashiach, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication. See, the Lord is telling us, don't fornicate with the devil. You see, don't go after other ways. You see, stay in this truth. Follow the Lord. Be faithful. You see that? If you're not faithful, then that means you're fornicating and you're cheating on the Lord. And the Lord's gonna put you to death, because the Lord has given us a second chance. To follow Him. And be saved and be redeemed from this world. But 2/3 of our people, they don't care none of that. They just care about um, having their glory and their reward here. You know, that's where they serve Mammon. That's where they serve Esau. They don't stand up for this truth, man. Verse 4, that every one of thou, verse 4, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. You see, so we're honoring the Lord. We're giving all glory and standing up for this truth. Defending the gospel. That's how we receive honor. You see, but 2/3 of people, they want to receive honor now by the ways of this world, and they want to be honored in this place, which is just pure wicked, man. How do you think you're gonna be honored in this place? By doing wickedness. That's how you get honored here. See, but we're actually going to be honored in the kingdom of heaven, established here on earth as it is in heaven. See, because we're doing the righteous acts. We're doing the group that we actually are those last good fruits. You see, and we're actually doing the good works that majority of this place is not doing, and that's what I want to get into now. See, there's a reason why majority of the men in this world are not doing this work, because the world that is to come is not for many, but for few. This is Second Ezra 8:3. It reads, therefore, or verse 3, yeah. There be many created, but few shall be saved. See that? Verse 4, so answered I and said, swallow them down, O my soul, understanding and devour wisdom. So we're eating this word, we're eating this knowledge and understanding. The Lord is feeding us this nutrients, this powerful knowledge. You see that? Because we're actually understanding it. Not like these false Christians that just um they don't even break it down. You see, we have actually the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Messiah that we actually understood from the sincere apostles and elders and sincere brothers, right? And we've took heed unto this word. You see, let me read it again. Second Ezra 8:3. There be many created, but few shall be saved. So answered I and said, swallow, you see that? Swallow, meaning consume, then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. For thou hast agreed to give ear, and art willing to prophesy, for thou hast no longer space than only to live. See, so we're going to live, man. You see, we actually living through this gospel, by cleansing the old man so like cleansing our body and leaving the old man behind, you know, and becoming that new creature and actually strengthening the new creature that we are. Let me jump down to 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 33. Let's see. For the just, which have many good works laid up with thee, shall out of their own deeds receive reward. For what is man, that thou shouldest take displeasure at him? Or what is corruptible generation, that thou shouldest be so bitter toward it? For in truth there is no man among them that be born, but he that dealt wickedly, and among the faithful there is none which hath not done amiss. For in this, O Lord, thy righteousness and thy goodness shall be declared, if thou be merciful unto them which have not the confidence of good works. Then answered he me and said, some things hast thou spoken aright, and according unto thy words it shall be. You see here, verse 38, for indeed I will not think on the disposition of them which have sinned before death, before judgment, before destruction, but I will rejoice over the disposition of the righteous, and I will remember also their pilgrimage and the salvation and the reward that they shall have. See, so the Lord is only going to remember the men that are actually fighting for this truth. The Lord is not going to regard or remember or recognize the men that are working in iniquity. You see, they're going to be left behind. Let's see. I'm going to bring something out here. Verse 51. 2nd Ezra 8, verse 51. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed, yet perfect goodness and wisdom. Verse 53, the root of evil is sealed up from you, wickedness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. See, so the Lord is going to have all wickedness and wicked men be forgotten. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man, because where verse 51 says, understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. That's what we actually gathering together, the elects, right? um they are actually being gathered together, you know. Yes, there are sheep, there are wolves in sheep clothing, right? But the Lord has a judgment for those men. You see, the Lord actually has judgment for wickedness, and they're gonna have their part in the lake of fire. So our focus is this truth. Our focus are the men that are actually really are contributing to this house of David. You know, building it up, because you can tell what a man is through his acts. You see, what else is there? Let's see. Oh yeah, 54. Sorrows are past, and in the end is showed the treasure of immortality. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his law, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said in their heart that there is no power, yea, yet they, and that knowing they must die. So they're gonna die, man. Plain and simple. So the Lord tells us, don't ask no questions on what's gonna happen to those that perish. You see, because they're gonna be completely forgotten, you know, and completely lost in their own wickedness. They're gonna suffer. Let me see here. This is my couple last precepts. Let me continue this one here. Verse 59, for as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain and are prepared for them, for it was not his will that men shall come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him, which prepared life for them. See, they were unfaithful, uh, first and foremost, of being an Israelite. They're unfaithful of his word. The mercy of the fact that the Lord actually has the prophets, true prophets, you know, um, through the waves of media and highways and byways. The fact that the Lord still has this word. You see, you can still pick up King James Bible and read and study. That's a mercy, you see, and we're grateful for that. But 2/3 of our people that aren't grateful. It's verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not showed unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. So the Lord is choosing a remnant, you know. See, Second Ezra 9 and verse 1. He answered me, then said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, fairly same time, wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world. Let me continue. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and the endings in effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So that's how we escape. See, that's how we actually escape from this uh, slavery, from this persecution, from this wicked kingdom, being subject to payments, our people killing themselves. That's how we escape, through doing these works, and having faith and believing that the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. Verse 8, shall he preserve from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. You see, because when we actually follow the Lord, we actually living. That's life. Nothing else can give you life but Yahweh Bashim Ashai. And everything else is darkness. Let me jump to verse 12. The same must know. Yeah. So let me verse 11. And they that have lost my law while they had yet liberty, and and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. And therefore, be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. And with that, I want to close it, giving all praises and glory and fear to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Staying strong, Akim, and know that the world to come is ours. We have the glory, we have the victory. We just have to keep our crown, and keep standing up for this truth. At Baba Ball, death to you 2/3 of Israel and you wicked nations and Edomites, and let's stay patient and let's keep on sharpening ourselves. Shalom.